Hello everyone, Catweazle here, welcome to the channel and welcome back to our playthrough of Arkham Horror, the card game where we're currently going through the Dunwich legacy. And our current investigators out of the Arkham Ladies Mystery Society are Jenny Barnes and Agnes Baker, and they're currently halfway up Sentinel Hill. They're trying to get to the top in order to stop a vile ritual to Yog-Sothoth, and they're doing alright at the moment, not too bad. Okay, just before we get into the next episode, obviously a couple of cock-ups from last term as normal. First of all, I have been using flashlight in order to have a look for these paths, like the diverging paths and the altered paths. Now, you can't do that because you are actually doing the action off this card, and obviously flashlight as an action on there, which is sort of separate from that card. However, I'm going to house rule this one and ignore it. But be aware that you should not use a flashlight if you're doing it correctly. You should just use your base investigation and not use a flashlight. I'm house ruling against that. One, because this scenario is hard enough anyway, and two, it just seems completely potty to me that if you're looking for a path in the middle of the night on top of a hill, that a flashlight isn't going to help you. It just doesn't make any sense, man. So I can see why they're doing it, but you know what, it's difficult enough, so I'm house ruling that one. So please be aware that when I used flashlight, that was a house rule. It wasn't the actual rule of rules as written. It wasn't raw. It wasn't rules as written. So that is a house rule that I am actually employing. Secondly, the avian thrall. The avian thrall has got 4 health. Not 2. So I actually killed it with only 2. Now, I'm not going to sort of revisit that. It's just a mistake I made. I'd got used to all the other thralls having 2 health, that was all. And so we got rid of the avian thrall pretty quickly. But, saying that, I'll put it over here. You know, we'll do something to sort of mitigate that. One, we'll have Jenny lose a health and a sanity. So she'll go down to 8 and 6, if we can find the 6. Sorry, 7 and 6. So she's actually going to lose a health and sanity, because the other error I made was I actually diddled her out of an action. Yeah, so that'll count towards it as well. Slightly offset by the fact I diddled her out of an action, but I'll also take a health and a sanity off her, and we'll call that straight. Okay, so we can move Jenny back, and we'll pop those back there. So apologies for those, but yes, while the actual rules for the game are quite easy, it's quite difficult because there are so many to remember, especially if you are playing solo and you are videoing at the same time. So that's as much apology as you're going to get, I'm afraid. But yes, I am sorry, cocked up there. Okay, right. Yes, so we may as well get on with the next episode. So we'll be back shortly with the Mythos phase. And here we are at the laugh and chuckle phase. I think we're on round 75. So let's crack on. Our first player is, well, lead investigator rather, is Jenny Barnes. So she gets a card. Let's see what she gets. She gets Visions of Futures Past. Treachery, Hex. So she's got to test her willpower 5. Ooh. For each point you fail by, discard the top card of your deck. Her willpower isn't amazing. Her willpower is 3. So let's see what we get. And we get a -1. So she discards 4 cards, I believe. So Oh no, 5 cards, isn't it? Yeah, the test is 5. So we needed to get up to 5, didn't we? We can't get any less. We can't discard 6 because you don't use minus numbers. So 5's the most we can discard. So 1. Pickpocketing goes. Flashlight goes. Liquid courage goes. Another liquid courage goes. And manual dexterity. And we didn't lose one of our... We've got another weakness in there and we didn't lose it. We've got 5 cards left. We're in trouble. So, that was nice. So, let's get rid of all of those. And Visions of Future Past can go away. And our next card is for Agnes Baker. She gets Rotting Remains. She tests Willpower 3. For each point you fail by, take 1 horror. So, her willpower's a lot better. It's 6 because of the Key of East. So 6 versus 3. Is she going to chuck anything? I wasn't going to chuck anything at that. So I was hoping to get rid of that other weakness, to be honest. So, and we get a -1 again. So we actually pass that one. So we can get rid of that and lose no horror. That's good. Okay, right. That is the end of the Mythos fight, apart from the fact I forgot to put a Doom out, which I should have done first. Oh, we only got 1 before the agenda flips. Dun, dun, dun. Righto, so that is it for, who is it? Jenny and Agnes in the Mythos phase. So let's get on with the action phase. And here we are at the investigation phase, not the action phase. Dust, it's just so many phases. What are we going to do? Well, we need... what is it? We've got 1. So we need another 3. We need another 3 clues. So who's going to go first? I think Jenny will go first. And the first thing Jenny is going to do is we need some firepower, I think, man. So she gets to put this into play with however many X's that she wants to. In fact, we're not going to do that first. What we're going to do first, obviously we'll use Leo's action. We're actually going to spend emergency cash. So we're going to get ourselves 3 of these lovely resources. So 1, 2, 3. And we are going to spend 6 of those. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on our second action, which is to put Jenny's twin 45s into play. Now, we get the amount of resources that we spend. We're spending 6. So there we go. It's got 6 bullets. There we are, so at least we've got a weapon. And, oh, we've got 1 left, 1 resource left. And we've got 2 actions left. I think we will start investigating. So we're going to investigate the ascending path. It'll be 3 versus 3, I believe, unless we throw something at it. Have we got anything? There is, no, I want to keep sneak attack. No, we'll leave it that. We just need a 0 or better. Come on. So we're looking for another, what is it? Altered path. -1. Bloody hell, 3 -1s in a row. And our final action is to do the same again. And we get a -2. So, no good. We didn't find another altered path. Things are not looking good for us, I don't think. Okay, so that was it for Jenny. Next up is Agnes. And here we are with Agnes. She's up at the uprooted woods. And we've got a single clue there, so we may as well try and pick that up first of all. So she has got a intellect of 3, and it's 3 versus 2. So, is there anything that we can throw at it? I don't think so, no. So we're just gonna have to go for that, I think. So 3 versus 2, because the shroud is 2. So we need a -1 or better. Could do with them -1s now. And we get a skull. I think skull might do it. -1. Oh no, it's -3 if you're at an altered location. We are at an altered location, I believe. So that's a bit of a downer. So that was our first action. Our second action is to do exactly the same again. And we get another one. So our final action, another skull. Why do I keep getting these in? And a -3. So that was really good, wasn't it? We have got absolutely no further. Right, that is it for the investigation phase. Next phase, it is the enemy phase. And here we are at the enemy phase. We've only got the thrall, and the thrall doesn't move. So that is it for the enemy phase. Next up, it is the upkeep phase. And here we are at the upkeep phase. So first of all, it's Jenny. Oh, hang on, just before we do that, we've got any exhausted cards? No, we haven't. So then we move on to Jenny. She gets to pick a card. And she gets Beat Cop. Another asset, I believe. Put him there. And she also gets 2 resources. So put those there. Oh, we'll also put these back. I was doing that in between, wasn't I? I'll have to remember to do that. It wastes time doing it now, but there we go. Next up is Agnes. She gets to draw a card, and she gets Storm of Spirits, which is a spell. And that is an event, so we'll pop it down there. And she also gets a resource. So she is on 6 resources. Right, so that is it for round 75. And it was rubbish. I think I'll go straight through rather than uploading this. That was rather quick. Okay, so let's get straight back with the next Mythos phase and round 76. And here we are at round 76. So that means we get a doom. And that means we click the doom over. So let's pick all these babies up. And see what our new agenda is. So let's get rid of all those. Those back in there. Well, at least we get rid of the light of a foregoman. That goes. Pop that over there. So, the world is altered, agenda 1B. As you explore the paths surrounding Sentinel Hill, the chanting at the hilltop rises to a crescendo and takes an otherworldly quality, reverberating through the trees as carried by unseen currents. The world begins to change. The grass and trees dissolve like sugar in a cup of tea. A vast endless sky slices through the reality you see before you, and you feel drawn to it, terrified and awestruck. The arcane power becomes distorted and seeps around you, creating strange alterations in the land. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. So all this lot go back into here. Good old shuffle. Let's do that. Let's make sure we do this a couple of times. again, just to make sure we don't have any stuck to what they were previously. So things are looking grim. Things are looking very good for Yog. Yog's doing alright. So pop those there. That is it for that agenda, but that means we've got a new one, which is agenda 2A. Let's have a read. Which has only got 10. 10 doom. Beckoning for power. Ooh, look at this funny writing. The old ones were, the old ones are, and the old ones shall be. Not in the spaces we know, but between them. They walk serene and primal, undimensioned and to us unseen. Yog-Sothoth knows the gate. Yog-Sothoth is the gate. Yog-Sothoth is the key and the guardian of the gate. Past, present, future, all are one in Yog-Sothoth. He knows where the old ones broke through of old, and where they shall break through again. He knows where they have trod earth's fields, and where, and it's difficult to read, and where they still tread them, and why no one can behold them. So there we are. I nearly got through that, but yes, the odd way that they've written it made it a bit difficult to read. So 10. We have 10 left. Put that there. And yes, so it's 10 to save the world. We're in trouble. So pop that there. And that is it, I think, for the Mythos phase. I don't think there is... Oh, of course there is. We've got to draw encounter cards. Go! So, lead investigator Jenny Barnes gets Vortex of Time, Hex Hazard. Revelation, each investigator at a Sentinel Hill location tests, not another willpower test, 4. Each investigator who fails takes 2 damage. Alright. So, Sentinel Hill, and that's Dunwich Woods. So, it's only Jenny. Oh, she can afford to take 2 damage, I think. So, she has got 3 willpower. She's not going to chuck anything at this, is she? No, I don't think so. She'll just go for it. Oh, hang on. I could use Moxie, couldn't I? I thought about using this before, but... Spend 1 resource, you get +1 for the 1 willpower for this will test. That'll make it 4 versus 4, wouldn't it? Is it worth it, though? No. Not really, trying to make it a 0 versus 0. So, if I was going to use Moxie, I'd probably use it for the agility. So, what we need is a +1 already, which we're not going to get. And we get a -2. So, she takes 2 damage, she's down to 5. There we are. So that's the Vortex of Time. Should have put them up there. That's where they go. And this is for Agnes. Not Light of a Foregoman again. We'll put that on Ascending the Hill. So everybody's got to get horror and damage as direct. So we'll put that on there. Ah, damn. Okay. No, time is running out. Right, that is it for the Mythos phase. Next up is the investigation phase. And here we are at the investigation phase. Who is going to go first? Jenny Barnes is going to go first. We need to find more paths, because remember, we need to find... We've got a clue there, but we need more clues. So we're just going to have to try and find a path. I think this time she will use streetwise, though. So we are going to spend 2 resources. Remember, we didn't have enough resources last time because I spent them on the... Jenny's Twin 45s, they only had 1 resource, so I couldn't use it last time. So we are going to use streetwise. we're going to spend 2 resources, which will give us +3. So that is going to put us up to 6 on the old intellect. And we are going to investigate. So it's 6 versus 3. We need a -3 or better. Oh, that's the first action as well, by the way. And we get a -3, so we did do it. Only just though. That means we get to pick one of these altered paths. So the one behind is 1 to 3, and the one on top is 4 to 6. Let's roll our dice. A 1, so that's the one behind. And we'll put that in play, and this time I'll remember not to flip it over. So we'll just put that there. And get a little path. There we go. Excellent. For her second action, she's going to move, because we need to find out what's there. So I'm going to move up here, and now we can flip it over. Lost memories. 2 shroud. It will have 2 clues. Forced. After you reveal lost memories, take 1 horror for each action you have remaining. She has 2 remaining. So that puts her down to 4. Remember, a light of a foregoman, it's got to go on to her. And no, this shouldn't be here. This can't be here. Ah! So this is, so it's attached to ascending path and the uprooted woods as well. Bear with me, callers. Ooh, pop that under there. So there we are. And we need 2 clues, don't we? Two clues with it. And what we're going to do now? Well, we may as well try and get some of these. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to spend 1 action to gain a resource, because that'll give us 2. Yep. Then, for our final action, we are going to investigate, and we're going to try and get one of those clues. But we're going to spend 2 of these, because we're going to use streetwise again. And that's a 6 versus 2. So we need a -4 or better to pick up a clue. Come on. And we get a -3 again. -3s, -1s. That's all I pick out of this bag. So, well, we have got 2 clues. Hurrah! Brilliant. And that is it for Jenny's go, I think. Yes, it is. So next up we have got Agnes Baker. And here we are with Agnes. What is Agnes going to do? Well, she's going to try and get this final clue on, what is it, the uprooted woods. So, how are we going to do it? It's just, yeah, it's just 3 versus 2. So we need a -1 or better. So first action. Come on, let's have a -1. I've picked them out of the bag enough. Oh, that one again! A skull! That's a fail. Second. Come on. That is a definite fail. And finally, come on, a -1 or better. This is rubbish. A -4. She has been nowhere near. So, we didn't pick up that last clue. Looks like we're going to finish 2 clues short in this game. How many tries? That is 6 tries that Agnes has had, and she didn't get a -1 or better. That is unbelievable, man. Okay, right, so that is it for the investigation phase. Next up is the enemy phase. And here we are at the enemy phase. We've still only got the thrall. That's not moving anywhere. So that's it for the enemy phase. Now on to the upkeep phase. And here we are at the upkeep phase. This time I remembered to put the actions back in between setting up the camera. Okay, right, any exhausted cards? None, so we can go straight past that. And it is, and we've got, yes, we've got all our actions back. So it's draw some cards. So let's start with our lead investigator. Overpower. That could come in useful. A skill, we'll pop that there. She gets another 2 resources, which will help with streetwise, so hopefully we'll pick that last clue up next episode. And then it's Agnes. She picks out a card. She gets Fire Axe, so at last she's got a weapon. So coolness, we'll put that with her other Peter. There we go. And she gets a resource as well, so she's up to 7. Coolness, so she'll be able to put that fire axe in play, won't she? If only she'd picked up that last clue. She could have gone across there to try and help Jenny with that other clue there. Alright, so that is, anyway, that is it for the upkeep phase. That was an awful, awful set of rounds. We haven't picked up the agenda's gone over. We've got another light of a 4 Gomon. We can't seem to pick up clues. Jenny can, but it's costing her a fortune in resources. Agnes had a stinker. And yeah, things are looking pretty grim. Next episode, we really need to pick those up quick. If we can pick those up quickly and get to Sentinel Peak, we may have a chance. But as it stands, you know, it's pretty... We've got, you know, there's plenty of Doom to play with. But remember, all sorts of nasties and thralls and stuff have gone back into that encounter deck because we shuffled them back in. And all we need is a couple of monsters to come out, and then, you know, that is just eating up time. You know, while we're trying to destroy monsters, we're not, like, investigating for clues. We're not getting to Sentinel Peak, and it's a nightmare. Okay, anyway, right. That is it for episode 43. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the views. Thanks for all the subscriptions. Thanks for all the likes and dislikes. Yes, even if you're disliking, you're still watching. So thank you very much. And yeah, anybody who's been across the board game links to upvote the site, watch the videos over there, thank you very much. And similarly for BGG, if you've liked the video threads over there, made a comment, done a like, you know, drop Geek Gold, thank you so much. It is very, very kind of you. And yes, I think that... Oh, any errors, please let me know. I've whizzed through this quite quickly because I don't have much time nowadays, I'm afraid. So I've had to whiz through this pretty quickly. I might try and get the next episode in. I'm not actually in work tomorrow. I'm not on shift tomorrow, so I might be able to do another one tomorrow. And I've got to find time to obviously get to my friendly local game store as well, because Arkham Horror's due out tomorrow, isn't it? The 3rd edition, but we'll see. Anybody who thinks I'll be playing that straight away, though, I'm sorry, you'll be sadly disappointed. It'll probably be like a month the way this is going on, so you'll have to wait. But I'm sure loads and loads and loads and loads of other people will be playing it. Which reminds me, big shout out to Doug Herring. He's been giving me a couple of shout outs later. He's doing a big, like, sort of October horror thing. So go and check out Doug's channel. He's done quite a few. Unlike me, who's stuck on, like, the Dunwich Legacy, he's doing Lobotomy at the moment. That's another game I've got, which I haven't been able to get to the table yet, I'm afraid. And he's doing a great job of that. He's also doing, what was the one he just done? A Touch of Evil. a perennial favourite for Doug at this time of year. So he's done a touch of evil, and he's also got a couple of video games on the go, like Conan, and I think he did a bit of the new Tomb Raider as well. But go and check out his channel. He's a star, an absolute star. Go and check it out. Okay, but enough of that, enough whittering, and it is time to say ta-ta, I'm afraid. So I hope I will see you for the next episode, but until then, this is me, Catweazle, signing off. Toodaloo.